Peace, 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 family. How you doing? I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. My name is Keisha. I am the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. And today I'm going to be having a discussion about the Virgo full moon happening on March 18th, which will be a week from the day that I post this. I'm posting this a tad bit early. I think it's the 9th on a Wednesday, but I won't be posting it until a week prior. And I do that because sometimes I feel like we can start to feel this energy as early as a week. And sometimes, especially now, I don't know if it's just me, but I have been like noticing things happening from other transits that I know are coming that I've never seen that happen so early before. So it's really blowing my mind. I'm like, whoa, slow down. But that's just an indication to me that time is really going to speed up. But I still think it's going to be in a good way. I mean, don't get me wrong. We have some pretty destructive energies in play right now. I don't want to sugarcoat that. And I think people are very aware. I mean, you could see that with the war going on. I hope that that's obvious. But I still feel like there's still a great deal of possibilities here. And so I hope that we are not focusing on what's not working at a time like this, as opposed to things that you could be focusing on that could help you get through, change your life, and renew. As this is the last bit of energy, literally days before the Aries spring equinox, which is the new moon. I hope that everybody is taking this information that they get from this live and really celebrating as if it is a new moon, because whether we may be able to see it or not, this is some new energy we got coming in, and it is dope as fuck. Okay, I have to say that. I have to. And my prayers and heart goes out to those people struggling in Ukraine. I think that Russian dude, what is his name? Putin is done lost his freaking his mind. And I really hope that somebody does put a stop to it, because, you know, like it's not cool. Like, it's not cool at all. Yeah. So please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so that you are notified every time we go live. We appreciate your support in advance, family. All right, so Virgo full moons. Every time we have a full moon, it brings issues to a head. It could be a sense of culmination or a completion or closure to something. It could be shining a light on something that you're unaware of. And then on the world stage, I think it's going to shine a light on details and facts related to health, for sure, because Virgo really is a sign of health, among other things. But I feel like those are going to be the things. I think we're already seeing that too. Like, apparently they have stopped the COVID restrictions, but I think, as I explained in previous videos prior to this, is that if you don't have your vaccinations, you may still be required to wear your mask. And they're going to start implementing new laws and things around that, instead of, you know, nobody can do anything. And so we've already seen that, and now I just think, again, it's going to be finalized. I think these things are going to take place at work. I also think that we're going to see a lot more work options for people. which I've spoken about as well, which is more self-employment, self-employment, work from home, flexible schedule, things coming up, especially in the tech fields. They might get a little bit more stricter around those things with work, you know, having to come into work, meaning like people will be mandated to get vaccinated if they want to work, and it's a place where you have to come in. I don't know for sure, but again, I feel like these are the things that we'll be revisiting at this time. In fact, I'd strongly suggest everybody go back to the video I did the last full Virgo new moon to see what was going on for you specifically, but even just the video to see what some of the things were that were coming up, because those will be the things that you'll be seeing completions and culminations of for sure. Okay. Virgo rules the 6th house. And the 6th house rules your daily routines, especially your daily work routines, your work environment. So again, you can see the theme here for sure. These things are going to be coming up. Your daily health routines, and pets. Have I heard a bunch of different... Yeah, actually I did hear a few different stories about pets. So a lot of stuff with pets could be coming up, whether your pets are sick or something of that nature could be coming up here. It's also related to natural medicine, you know, the medicine that we get from the earth. That is plant and herbs and things of that nature. There can be a heightened awareness of these things at this time, or the need for these things at this time. I actually think it also is about cleansing, purifying, and clearing, like Feng Shui. So again, getting your house in order, like it's springtime, like I was saying. So definitely spring cleaning, decluttering, getting rid of things that you don't need, and detox. That's what I was going to say. I definitely think this is going to be a time for you to detox, or you could be experiencing some stomach issues like constipation and things that are going to force you to detox. But nonetheless, this is the time to be doing it anyways. So starting to eat more healthy if you've gotten a little off track, a little lazy with what you have been eating, and not sticking to your diet, cheating and all those things there. Now's the time to get back on it, or even do like a fast, a weekend fast. It doesn't have to be 30 days or anything major. It really depends on how well you know your body. So if this is somebody who's doing this for the first time, 30 days would be great. But if you often pretty consistently eat well for the most part, then all you need is like a weekend of drinking just water, maybe even 24 hours of just drinking water and nothing else, or even just going some time without eating, but you got to do some kind of minerals or something. I think it's not safe to do it. I know there are like so many different other forms and things that you could do to just cleanse, you know. It's all about flushing out, right? And so it depends, you know, where you're at with it. You got to know your body, and you definitely want to make sure you're doing your minerals and vitamins if you are detoxing and cleansing, because you could get like headaches, and that can also cause other sicknesses if you're not doing it properly. Okay, so do your research, family. You won't regret it. It's a great time to just do that. Yeah, I talked about Feng Shui, so even clearing up your energy. So this is like rotating things around, moving things around, just bringing in new energy, however that is. And if you're not into rotating, then you do a spiritual cleanse with your oh, why can't I think of the name? Yeah, Palo Santos and what's the other stick there? Jesus, I always forget something, don't I, y'all? I know there's a name for it. This little gray-ish kind of leaves ones. You know what I'm talking about. Open up your windows. That's another way to cleanse or clear energy. Wow, there are so many different things. I bet you if you did a quick Google search for like spring rituals, you'll find a bunch of stuff. All right. And you can also do this for your work environment as well, because Lord knows with everything they finna spring on us. I can only freaking imagine. I can only imagine. This is also dieting, hygiene, and things of that nature. So your hygiene, maybe even perhaps investing in some all natural cleanses, especially the salts. I know the salts are really good for like releasing toxins and things like that in the body of the skin. The skin we're talking about really here. You know, stuff like that. This is also, Virgo's also good energy to set a plan and process what the next steps are. Is your plan efficient? And will it bring results? Could be management, so maybe people are getting raises and things of that nature. I definitely can see those things coming in. A natural movement and order or of management in general. So one person moving from being a customer service rep to management or supervision to management, or management to something else, or just another job in general. It could be an entirely new job, something that you're more passionate about. Remember, something that brings in results. So maybe even if you don't work and this is about your business, moving things around in such a way that will allow you to bring in more money. So again, setting up systems and structures, like maybe perhaps putting some services on Patreon and marketing that and things of that nature, you know, really doing and changing things around in such a way where, again, we're bringing in energy, abundance, results. That's what Virgo is really all about. So this could also be how you manage your daily life, body and energy. Your habits, your lifestyle and eating habits. Yeah, we pretty much said all that. And then the moon will oppose Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, and the sun in Pisces. So there's a stellium of planets in Pisces still. We're still in Pisces season. And I think the 20th is officially Aries season. And then the moon in Virgo, which is opposite of Pisces. So if I had like a chart, just imagine a round circle with a bunch of planets at the bottom of the chart and then one planet at the top. That's what this is depicting. So there's just a stellium of planets in opposition, basically, with the moon. And you could have needed some time off, rest, sleep, an escape, retreat, or just finding yourself daydreaming and not really wanting to get things done. I don't know when I thought of this, I thought of the 4-hour work week. I do think that energetically, especially as these times speed up. It's a, excuse me, it's a book that's worth investing in. And it is a real thing, trust me, because my teacher, my astrology teacher, actually put me onto this when I was in class, because, you know, she's a Sagittarius, and she talks about it from a Jupiterian perspective, and we got a lot of Jupiter heightened energy at this time. And she talked about how Jupiter makes you want to, like, she's a over ambitious worker, right? She doesn't know how to just do things in small lump sums. And so she had burnout and health issues and, you know, other things that really prevented her from working effectively. And once she started like working on it and understanding it better, she got put onto this book called The 4-Hour Work Week, literally. So 7 days a week, she only really works 4 hours and gets mad stuff done. And she said, you'd be surprised when you read that book how much we waste time by scrolling on social media and doing idle things. Which is such a Pisces thing. I feel like they waste life. Like, that's their energy, right? Not specifically that Pisces are like that, but that is the energy of Pisces, to just dawdle, right? And the 4-hour work week is something to help you work with that. And so we could have all kind of been in that energy of just being in our imagination, not really wanting to get a lot of things done. And it's not, and you know, it's necessary, right? It's a necessary thing. These could be things that you felt you needed to do, but didn't. Now you're ready. It could be that you're seeing things clearly and you're motivated to act because you have a clear vision. That's true. I know that I definitely have been feeling like, so I've been having both. Like, I've been motivated because I'm seeing the vision. I'm realizing, like, I finally found some people who I am just in awe of connecting with. And at the same time, I'm like, excited because I can see the vision. You know, I can see things that I've manifested or asked for or worked towards to getting, and I can see it now, and it's like, yes, you know, you want to go, you don't want to lose the momentum, right? But at the same time, it's Pisces season, and so I've been like, okay, I'm just gonna sleep now because I want to, you know. So it could have, people could have been in that kind of mode. And then we have Pluto and Capricorn trining the North Node, which is transforming something in our physical reality, meaning people may be ready to act on things that need to be done, and you'll see the tangible results in your daily efforts now. Or again, like I said, you have been, and you're going to work more towards that through this could also be throwing things out, again, spring cleaning, your everyday work schedule, you know, doing things that reflect your new energetic levels, whatever that is for you. And then Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces is a spiritual upgrade, being dedicated to a spiritual path, big thinking and creativity, especially with the help of Mercury. And I just did the live on Mercury entering into Pisces today. Either way, this is going to feel like something's ready to lift off. So you're organizing, preparing, changing what you no longer want, and asking yourself, do you want it? Do you need it? Does it benefit you? Trusting what you can't see, right? This could also be endings, completions, just ready for change. Again, even if it's not clear. And then you have the stellium of planets in Aquarius, which is only 3, if I'm not mistaken, can be a strong urge for freedom and human rights themes, which I think we've seen with, especially with the stuff going on in Ukraine, right? Where you're going next, what you're open to, finding new people, new projects, that you're moving into next, you know, your new direction, new energies, new karma, and completions of old things that can feel very uncomfortable, by the way. There is going to be some form of uncomfortability here, especially with the North Node energy. That's just the energy of North Node, because it can be very unexpected. And it's new, you know, anytime you're doing it something new, there's a feeling of uncomfortability. I think the example that I like to use, because I think it's such a great example, is if you've been finally waiting to move. You know, you've been wanting to move, and you finally find a place. And that breaks up the energy of the stress from wanting to move, but then it's still uncomfortable and stressful, because who the hell likes moving? I mean, moving within itself is just a horrible thought, by the way. I know I dread it. And so there's that kind of dichotomy being played out with the excitement that everybody could be feeling right now. Surprises, shocks, clashes, but in a good way mostly. You know, we do have the squares, and I think I'm going to do some lives on that on Queen Dawn Spirit's page the next time we go live. So we have a lot more lives before we go live. So stay tuned. But I do think it's worth discussing. Hopefully sooner than later, because that stuff is coming up. This is why it's really good to get a weekly astrology reading, because I'll read it for you specifically what it is. Then there's an opportunity for a relationship that comes out of the blue that can be an exciting opportunity. And then Mars square Uranus. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Mars is going to square Uranus, and I think Saturn is going to square Mars. Those two aspects are coming during this full moon energy. So this, I think it's the 23rd, between the 19th and the 23rd, and then again on the 4th and the 5th of April. So damn, maybe I should just do a quick little, maybe I could do a post, and I'll post it and then in the shorts. Maybe I'll do that. All right. Yeah, so this Mars square Uranus energy is very eruptive, with tension that is built up and has nowhere else to go. So this is like that volcanic energy. This could be cyber attacks, political explosions, or arguments, or outbursts. Definitely, obviously, things with the war. Let's see, Mars is in Aquarius. This is sovereignty. Okay. So in relationships, people are fighting for freedom by way of being free to, feeling free to do whatever you want as an individual, to grow in your individuality and elevate, but also how are you doing that in a group, right? That's always the dichotomy with Aquarius. No matter how many different ways it's expressed, that's the bottom line. And so then you have Uranus and Taurus. This is body changes, spiritual upgrade, earth changes, maybe some new innovative technology coming in here, just wanting to break free from something. Something that you have been doing in your life has been stagnant. And Aquarius is saying, I want out. I don't want to be confined to whatever that is. So, knowing where this is going to be happening in your chart is going to be very, very important. This could be a cutting out of electricity, so blackouts, or technology going out. Like literally, I just had my tablet go out, but I couldn't turn it back on, and so I thought it was done. And I bought another one because I needed to do a lot of the work here. It wasn't really an option. It was a necessity. And it wasn't fucking dead. And so, you know, you have those experiences from time to time where your electronics just go out for no freaking reason. You can be experiencing a lot of those things. Or again, innovative technology around Aquarius themes. So, we can see more things around robots taking over, you know, new self-employment things. I talked about that because this is the Virgo full moon. So I know somebody who works at the DTA office now, and I think they're getting construction done. So not all, this isn't relative to all DTA offices. It just happens to be something that's happened with this particular DTA office that she works at. And she has the ability now to work from home, and they're making all these new ways that you can sign your signature for things by phone. And then you have the app. So she literally works from her app, and she gets to work home, and she is, first of all, in fucking heaven. Okay, let's just put that out there. And that to me is just an indication of where everything else is going. So a lot more of these technological ways of doing things so people can work from home just because it's safer, right? Like we are putting down the guise of the pandemic and COVID, but then you also have the fact that COVID just might still be here, and then the control, obviously, you know, we know that's what it's really all freaking about. To control us in some way because we are elevating, and they know this. So there's that kind of factor of, well, we got to keep them confined somehow, some way. And so the people who decided not to get vaccinated are still going to be confined to the tried and true, while the people who are vaccinated are going to have a lot more freedoms to move about and such. But they're still going to have, some people are just going to have other work options, more flexible work schedules, I think, you know, things of this nature. And I really think that's just an elevation of all those Capricorn energies now. I remember where we have the options to make choices on what we are and aren't going to do, because we've now leveled up, right? Our value systems are higher, and so people are not going to be settling for just anything. And at first, I remember thinking, like, I was really upset about this idea of intuition, because there's an air of doing things without planning, structure, strategy. And that's kind of a threat to the Capricorn energy, specifically in my chart. And it really frustrates me when people start saying that. But we are moving into this 5D energy, right? And I thought about it, you know. I really did. I put so much thought into it, and I've been listening to other channels and stuff that have been giving me heightened ideas and information that have allowed me to come to a different conclusion. It's not so much that this 5D energy is so elevated in such a way where we are going to just know how to do things. Like, I do think that there are some people out there who can just do that, right? But it's also about mastering something by way of you just know, right? It becomes a habit, and I'm learning and releasing to let go of control because I've mastered discipline, right? Because there are certain parts of my life, if I sit down and really think about it, that I do without thinking, and that is intuition, right? And they're more healthier now today too, a lot of the things that I do. So that is 5D, right? And so there's an element of that happening here where you don't have to learn or research or put so much time into certain things anymore, but only until you get to that level. And again, there are some people who do have access that are super intuitive and have access to that energy, that I do think, you know, they're going to just, like I said, you know, people are just going to start waking up out of the blue that they've been wanting to do something and maybe scared out of their mind that they're not good enough, or, you know, whatever, and they're just going to let it go. They have an addiction and they're just going to let it go. You know, this is that energy that I'm describing. There's just so many different ways that you can think about it. And for me, I wasn't really grasping it at first, but I think I'm beginning to understand for me. And you got to figure out how this is showing up for you. And then the Pisces energy is going to provide that ability to just go with the flow and trust in your intuition. And last but not least, we have the Grand Earth Trine, which I've kind of covered mostly. So this is really wrapping up Trine the Moon and Virgo. So let me get it this right. It's a Grand Earth Trine. And what a Grand Earth Trine is like, it shows up in a triangle in the birth chart, right? And so you have the Moon in Virgo, that's an earth sign. Pluto in Capricorn, that's an earth sign. And the North Node in Taurus, that's an earth sign. And this is about the empowerment of people. The Moon represents the people. And then Pluto is empowering us, a transformation of power. Like, you know, the Phoenix rising. So having a different perspective of things. And the North Node is our collective destiny, which is in Taurus. And again, that's your self-values too. And money. So the change of money, I think we're going to see that come up as well. The bank systems and things of that could come up at this time. Also, food. Distribution. And I think work too, because Taurus is currently in Uranus, and I mean, Aquarius is not naturally a work sign, but if it was, again, I think I talked about this is your self-employment and all those things I was mentioning there. So, yeah, man. I think this is going to be really, really dope overall. Again, I feel like this is happening a lot more positively than negatively. We're just, you know, setting the stage for the foreseeable future. And we're going to continue to make changes around how that's going to look, because there's going to be more falling of corporations and, you know, all that Pluto energy and Capricorn. And so until all of those things have completely come down and all the truths have come out, as those things happen, comes with more change. And I think we're going to see these things happening over the next 2 years. So, yeah, man. I think we're in a good place, though, guys. I really do. And after that 2 years, then we start building and really seeing the new. As usual, family, I love and appreciate y'all.